All right, the breaking news coming in. We've got a confirmation, a categorical confirmation that the Congress as a party is not in favor of Sasikala. They are not supporting her as opposed to, some information that had appeared in some local report a little earlier. Remember, Tirunavakar, the president of the state unit of the Congress, is known to be close to Sasikala's family, and he personally is in favor of Sasikala, but the Congress as a whole apparently is not. Exclusive information coming in from India Today's deputy editor Rohini Swami, who's with us. Rohini, what is this all about? Is the Congress going to come out with some kind of a statement? We do know that the state unit chief is close to Sasikala and her family. So what's the big development now? Are they going to come out with a categorical kind of, show of not supporting Sasikala?
Well, Shiv, it's interesting that at one point of time where we're seeing the AIDMK MLAs have a communication blackout, here is a communication that they're trying to open up with the Congress. Though the Sasikala camp has tried to reach out to the Congress, the general feeling of the Congress leaders in Tamil Nadu is that they should not support her. As of now, they have decided that they're going to go with the DMK and decide what the DMK does. And very clearly, we've seen how the DMK working president M.K. Stalin said that they would like a floor test and they do not accept her as the chief minister of the state because the people of Tamil Nadu did not vote for Sasikala, rather they vote for Jayalalitha and not for people from and I quote, from Jayalalitha's household. So things are very clear here, and I've been also speaking to senior leaders. There's a very important meeting of the Congress leaders of Tamil Nadu in Delhi as we speak right now. This meeting is to decide which way they should go, but it's very clear. And apart from the Congress state president, Tirunavakar, who is very close to Mr. Natarajan, who is Sasikala Natarajan's husband, apart from him, most leaders feel that they should not go with the AIDMK Sasikala camp. We are also given to understand that Tirunavakar is trying to impress upon Rahul Gandhi to try and at least open talks with Sasikala. But the general feeling in the party is that means it is a political harakiri because she may have the numbers of the MLAs, but she does not have the ground support, and that will prove quite fatal for a party that was wiped out even in one election.
And remember that they have only 8 members in the House at present, so they don't wield a lot of power either. So they need to weigh their options really, really carefully. Very interesting that you mentioned this and you're breaking this news here, Rohini, because this goes against what the party state unit chief actually wants. He's in favor of Sasikala, but his party says that's not a very good idea. Thanks very much, Rohini, for bringing us up to speed on where the Congress stands. We know where the BJP stands. They're clearly not in favor of Sasikala, so it appears the other big party, the Congress, is not in favor of Sasikala either. But what next for Tamil Nadu? When will the state have a chief minister? Well, behind me, of course, is Veda Nilayam here at Poise Garden in Chennai, where Sasikala was one among 2 delegations, the other being, of course, Paneerselvam, that met with Governor Vidyasagar Rao finally after 3 days of drama yesterday evening. The ball is firmly now in the governor's court. He's heard both sides. He's heard the claims of both sides and the allegations of both sides, and now he will need to take a decision on this very ugly power tussle in Tamil Nadu. He, however, did not give any assurance to either faction about calling them for government formation. Remember, Sasikala and Paneerselvam had both met the governor yesterday in Chennai and both staked claim to form the government, claiming that they've got enough power, enough support. Well, it was Paneerselvam who said he needed just 5 days to show that he had the numbers. Paneerselvam wants to prove his majority but requires those 5 days on the assembly floor. He's also said Sasikala's appointment as the General Secretary was unconstitutional and claimed that Sasikala's claims of 130 MLAs siding with her are false, and she has forged signatures of many MLAs. Meanwhile, Sasikala also met the governor for around 30 minutes. She claimed that majority of the AIADMK MLAs support her and stake claims to form the government. Interestingly, her nephew, TTV Dinaran, who is not an MLA, was also part of that delegation who met the governor.
மாண்புமிகு அம்மாவுடைய வாழ்த்துக்களோடு நாங்கள் அண்ணன் கழகத்தினுடைய அவைத்தலைவர் மரியாதைக்குரிய மதுசூதனன் அவருடைய தலைமையிலே நம்முடைய தமிழகத்தினுடைய ஆளுநர் அவர்களை சந்தித்துவிட்டு தமிழகத்திலே நடைபெற்றுக் கொண்டிருக்கின்ற அத்தனை விவரங்களையும் விரிவாக பேசி வந்திருக்கின்றோம். உறுதியாக நல்லது நடக்கும். தர்மம் தன் வாழ்வதை சூதுக்கவும் மீண்டும் உறுதியாக தர்மமே வெல்லும்.
But so far Tamil Nadu is concerned, this is not due to Tamil Nadu. When MGR died, the same thing happened. Jayalalitha took a lead with some 34 MLAs. And then there was fight in the assembly. The assembly was dissolved. It is for the constitution held to decide and take appropriate action. The mandate was given only for Jayalalitha. And the difference of vote between the DMK and the ADMK was only 5 lakhs. So they did not get a big mandate.
We're going to take a very quick break here on India Today's special coverage from Chennai.